Assalamu alaikum. Now we have to do question number 9 and 10 of exercise 1A. As you have already done question number 8, and all of you know that the questions which are in the longer form are very much easier because the same method we have to use here. Okay. First, I have to read the question for you. According to the question, the pressure P pascals. You must remember P is the variable and Pascal is its unit. The unit of pressure is pascals. Of a gas in a container is directly proportional to its temperature, T Kelvin. Always remember T is the variable and temperature unit is Kelvin. Okay. When T is equal to 10, P is equal to 25, you have to find an equation connecting P and T. Then second part, find the value of P when T is equal to 24. Third part, calculate the value of T when P is equal to 12. And in the end, you have to draw the graph. For all these, first I have to write it for you because it becomes easier for you. First, we have to come to the first part. And according to the first part, we just concentrate on the question. According to the question, which variable is given in the first place? P is given. So according to the question, it is given P is equal to directly proportional. For directly proportional, which letter you have to use? Small k. And the other variable which is given is T for temperature. Okay, so this means P is equal to KT. Now the value of P and T is given. Well, what is the value of P? That is 25. And what is the value of T? That is 10. Okay. Now we have to do very easily. We can solve very easily. Just simply, bracket mean to multiply. So this means 10 is multiplying here. When we move toward other side, it multiplying will be changed into dividing. Okay. So it is changed into dividing. I already told you that obviously you play with your friends and your younger brothers play with his friends. Okay. So what is if your brother name is addition, what is the name of his friend? His friend? Subtraction. Similarly, if your name is division, what is the name of your friend? Multiplication. So multiplication will play with division and addition with subtraction. So 25 divided by 10 and you will get 2.5 and that is the value of K. Always remember K is the actually proportional change of dependent variable. So which variable is the dependent here? P is dependent here. So P is equal to 2.5 and the other variable is T. Okay. So I have to connect this equation because our first part is related to this. We have to connect the value of P and capital T. Okay. So P is equal to 2.5. T is the first part. Now we move towards the second part of the question. According to this question, beta, they are saying find the value of P when T is equal to 24. It's a value of P you have to find and T value is given. Simply you have to write this equation and substitute the value of T which is given in the question. Which value is given in the question for T? That is 24. Is it clear? Now you just calculate either using calculator or either you have to do the rough work. You just multiply 2.5 with 24. Okay. Just simply multiply it, beta. 2.5 multiply by 24. Okay. And you will get the value that is 60. So this means when T is equal to 24, the value of P is 60. This means the change in the value of P is 2.5 times. Okay. Now we move towards the third part. Again, this one is very much easier. First, you have to write the equation that is P is equal to 2.5 capital T. Here in this question, the value of P is given. What is the value of P in third part? Calculate the value of T. T we have to find and P is given. What is the value of P that is given? 12. Very good. 12 is given and you have to find the value of T. Very easy. 2.5 and T is multiplying with each other. When you have to move toward the other side 2.5 will divide with 12. So 12 divided by 2.5 and that is equal to T. Okay. Okay, that is not equal to y, that is equal to t. Okay, now simply we have calculate the value 12 divided by 2.5. Okay, I will do it for you. Okay, 12 divided by 2.5, and that is 4.8. Okay, so 4.8 is equal to this t. That is third part. Now we move toward the fourth part. Okay, but before moving the fourth part, first I have to move this toward this side. It's the reason I will tell you why I have to move it at this side. Okay, I have to I have to move this toward this side. Okay, now we have to move towards the next part. That is fourth part. According to the fourth part, you have to draw the graph. Okay, graph of question number 9. Okay, this one is okay. We have already done. These are the solution where that is given. The value of p is 60. That is 4.8. We have already done all this. Now just we have to focus on the graph. The fourth part is draw the graph. Okay. So for drawing the graph again, first we have to insert a table. Okay. First you have to insert a table. Okay, here you have to write. Okay, this is the table. Always remember, I already told you the variable which is on the right side, you have to put on the top. So t is here on the top and p is here in the bottom. Clear? Now comes here. First, we have to take the value for t is equal to, you can take any of the value. Okay. Previously we have to take, mostly we have to take 0 and 1, but here we have to take, suppose this is 2.5. I want a value here in a round figure, so I have to put the first value of t is equal to 0, and I have to put the second value of t is equal to 2, because I want a complete whole number. That's why, but you can take also the 1. Okay. Okay, now how we have to solve? Very easy. We have to solve it and by putting the value here in the equation. That equation is 2.5 t. Okay, in the first place I have to put the value for t is equal to 0. Okay, and obviously it is equal to 0. This means when p, the value of t is equal to 0, the value of p is also 0. Okay, so I have to put here a 0. Now we comes to the next point. Here I have to change the color. Okay, now here in the next point again we have to rewrite this equation. P is equal to 2.5 t, and here we have to take the value for t is equal to 2. You can take any of the value, but I want a whole number, so that because 2.5 multiplied by 1 is equal to 2.5, I want a whole number, so I have to take this 2. Okay, but you can also take 2.5 1 also. So I have to take this, and my answer is 5. It is a whole number. Okay, so I have to write this value here in the table also. When t is equal to 2, the value of p is equal to 5. Clear? So hence we have to complete the table. Then we have to draw it here. I have to wait. I have to highlight it by using different colors for your convenience. Okay, the variable which is on the top, we have to take it here in the horizontal axis. Horizontal axis is the axis which move toward right hand side. Okay, so first I have to take the horizontal line, that is t. Okay, and next I have to take this vertical line, that is p. Okay, now here I have to take the scale. How we have to take the scale? According to this table, here I have to take 0 and 2, and here I have to take 0 and 5. Okay, so I have to change the color so the graph is visible to you. Okay, I have to use yellow color. I have to draw a center point. First, I have to take 0 and 0. Then I have to take on this axis t, I have to take 2. And on that axis, I have to take 5. I have only just take a scale, simple scale. Okay. I have to just take 2 points, 0 and 2 and 0 and 5. Here, on p-axis, I have to take 0 and 5. And t-axis, I have to take this. Okay. Again, I have to redraw this. This yellow color is more prominent. Okay. This one is x-axis. This one is y-axis. I also write down the value for you, so it becomes easier for you. The first value which I have to take for this t is, okay, the first value which I have to take for this t is 0. And the second value which I have to take it is 2. Clear? These two values I have to take it for here. Okay. Now I have to take in here the next value here. Sorry, here I have to take. Here I have to take 0. And here I have to take. Here I have to take 5. Okay. Now is it clear? 0 and 5. This is 0 and 2. And just simply first you have to join 0 and 0. Then 2 and 5. And this yellow line shows. Clear? This is question number 9. I think so it is clear. All clear. Now we move towards question number 10. Okay. Now we move towards question number 10. And after moving question number 10, I have to remove all that. This one is question number 10. I've just removed the previous solution. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Okay. Now I have to read the question number 10. According to this question, they are saying the amount of voltage V, volts, is needed to send a fixed amount of current through a wire. Okay. Is directly proportional to its resistance. And that resistance shows with capital R. And its unit is ohms. When R is equal to 6, V is equal to 9. Okay. When volt is given 9, then what is the resistance that is given is 6. Obviously, accordingly, you have to write an equation, substitute the value and solve for the value of for K. And then obviously it is very much easier how to solve all these parts. The first part, find an equation connecting V and R. Then second part, find the value of V when R is equal to 15. Then obviously calculate the value of R when V is equal to 15. And then you have to draw the graph of V against R. I think so all that are very much easier for you. So firstly, I have to write it for you so it becomes easier. Which variable is given here in the first place? The amount of voltage V. So where we have to write V is equal to directly proportional. We have to use this small k. And for resistance, we have to use this capital R. Okay. Now the value of V is given, that V is equal to 9. And the value of resistance is also given, that is 6. Simply now you have to divide it, 9 with 6. 9 divided by 6, and simply you will get the value for K. And this K value is very much important, as you know, that it shows the proportion of change of the dependent variable. Okay. So simply I have to divide 9 with 6 and I will get 1.5. So that change is 1.5 times change in the value in the variable V. Okay, that is value of K. Now we comes to the first part. According to this question, the first part is that we have to connect these two variables, these two variables V and R, and we have to connect it with this the value of K, that is 1.5. Okay, so this one is the first part. Now we move towards the second part. I think so now it becomes very much easier for all of you. Okay, find the value of V when R is equal to 15. Okay, V you have to find and the value, and obviously the value of K you have already know that is 1.5, and capital R value is given, that is 15. Now you have to solve it. Very easy. You just multiply 1.5 with 15, you will get its value. Okay. 1.5 multiplied by 15 and you will get 22.5. 22.5. Okay. Now we move towards the third part. I think so now it's so much easier for all of you because it is clear now. Okay. Just few seconds. I want. Just give me a few seconds. Here I have to put the equality sign. Now it comes to the last part, that is V is equal to 1.5 R, capital R. Now, the third part, the value of R you have to find, but value of V is given. Again, the value of V is 15. Okay, V value is given 1.5 capital R. Simply 1.5 and R is multiplying. So when you have to move, it will divide. Okay, in this way you will get the value of R. But before getting the value of R, you have to put this sign. Okay. Now comes to 15 divided by 1.5. We have to do 15 divided by 1.5. Yes, the same answer. 10 is the answer. 10 is equal to capital R. Okay, this is question number, the solution of part 1, 2, and 3. Now we move towards the solution of the last part. Draw the graph of V against R. Okay, first, so we have to come here. Oh. Okay, so I have to move this graph toward their side. Okay, and that is the solution, because it will help us. Okay, so here in the fourth part, again you have to write this V is equal to 1.5 R. First you have to take the value of R. R is equal to 0. When R is equal to 0, obviously 1.5 multiplied by 0, what will be your answer? 0. So V is equal to also 0. Now we comes to take this other value of R, that is 2. So when R is equal to 2, you simply multiply 1.5 with, okay, I have to write, I will write for you. Okay, I have to write it for you. V is equal to 1.5 R. So firstly, we have to take value for R is equal to 1.5 and I have to take the value as 0. Okay, and when I have to multiply 0 with 1.5, I will obviously get 0. Clear? Now I will come to the second value. I can take any of the value, but here I want whole number. So I have to write it here 2, but even I can take 1 also. I will tell you the reason why I have to take 2. So when I have to multiply, I will get 3. Is it clear? When R is equal to 0, V is equal to also 0. When R is equal to 2, V is equal to 3. Clear? Now I have to represent this change with the help of graph by using different colors. First, I have to take, okay. First, I have to take this horizontal axis, okay, and value of R, and then I have to take the value of V here in the vertical axis, okay, and I have to take points, okay, I have to write it for you so it becomes easier. So first point I have to take 0, and then I have to take the second value for R. Yes, which value of R I have to take? 2, okay, I have to take 2. Now comes to the, and this axis I have to take 0 and 2, and here I have to take 0 and 3. Here I have to take 3. Okay. Now, first I have to join 0 and 0, and then I have to take 2 with this 3. And then I have to draw this line. Okay. Simply I have to draw this line 0, and then first point is 0, and then I have to take 2 and 3, and this yellow line. Okay. So this is a graph. Here I have to also write it here. how this graph move. It is move obviously according to the equation. It move V is equal to 1.5 R. According to it, it's move, because the change in V depends on the value of K, and that is 1.5 times of R. Clear ho gaya? This is all for it. In by exercise 1A, we have to solve question number 1 to 10, and we have to solve all that question. I think so all that is clear. So Allah Hafiz.